Welcome to the Blackberry Cyclists. We are cycling Zwift. Tour De Zwift 2024. I did do this route yesterday. It's a chance to bring back some live to all of my subs. Thank you. All 1,250 of you. I really do appreciate it. So I'm giving back by giving you some live, giving you a chance to speak to me live. If, of course, you want to. You might not want to. You might just want to watch my videos and whatnot. But some of you might have some questions. Either about Zwift, cycling, how to get set up. Maybe some about my setup, the wattage cottage, for example. There are no boundaries. Anything. Obviously no racism. No isms. Just happy, positive vibes. But yeah, it doesn't have to specifically be about cycling. We can talk about anything. So there's just under 1,000 people in the pen at the moment. It's a chance for me to just spin the legs, get warm. I can't tell if the music's too loud, so let me know if the music's too loud. So I'm probably not going to go as full gas as I did yesterday. It's 3 laps. We're taking a trip to Scotland. Bunny, Scotland. I know that's a very pants Scottish accent. Eddie, calm down. That's about it. It's pretty much based on a Scottish comedian, Billy Connolly. Anyway, everyone's joining. 1,100 riders on at the moment. I'm probably going to lose this jersey soon. Fan number 1 has just kicked in. Whew. Not needed just yet, but I'll take it. So today's route is, I think it's about 34 kilometers in distance. 240 or so meters of elevation. So not a great deal of elevation. Couple of climbs, but nothing significant. I have excellent connection. We've got a minute to go. Wow, everyone's joining. 1,200 now. These hats remind me of being in an old school rave. Let's go! We can do a rave as we cycle. I've got a mixture of chill tunes, hard tunes, medium tunes, but no cherry tunes to make you breathe more easily. Hydration, towel. Usually when I start early, I find I forgot something. Maybe like a 10-second countdown. Here we go. This is the Temp 2 Tour De Zwift 2024. Rolling Highlands in Scotland. Let's go! Okay, we're off. So you get some people will jet off really fast as we start Tour De Zwift, but it's not a race, it's a group ride. Although some people will use it as an opportunity to race. I think my first year in Zwift, I really used this as a chance to push myself, try and stick with some of the faster people, get some gains. Now I'm 3 years in. This is my 3rd Tour De Zwift. 32 kilometers, let's go. Let's do a few ride-ons. So it's a pretty easy lead in. There's barely any elevation. So what you kind of want is, you kind of don't want to start off with a massive hill to start with. You're just going to burn yourself out before you had a chance to warm up. So I guess I'll talk a little bit about my setup. So the bike that I'm on is a Ridley Carbon. It pretty much stays on the trainer. The turbo trainer is a Diretto Elite. It's a direct drive turbo trainer. I've also got some Asioma pedals connected. So I'm dual recording. I'm using the pedals as a power source and the cadence sensor. It's a little bit more accurate, well, a lot more accurate than the turbo trainer. But I have both results anyway. What else do I have? I've got a Wahoo heart rate monitor on. A couple of fans. One fan down there, cooling me from the side. And I have a fan in front, which will cool me, obviously, from the front. I've got those on timers on smart plugs. So I do like a launch command, which will turn on my lights. It turns on that first fan after 6 minutes, second fan after 10 minutes, puts my phone on silent, and just runs through a few automations just to make cycling more easy for me. And if I want to turn a fan off or on early, I've just got to give a voice command, or I can tap it on my phone. I've also got a Garmin head unit, the Garmin Edge 530, so I can see my data on the Garmin, which is exactly the same as what you can see on the Zwift screen, just up above that white rectangle. You can see my watts, heart rate, and my cadence in the blue box just above. Just there. And this is it. So we are pretty chill. No one really, well, you shouldn't really go too hard out on the lead in, 2.2 kilometers in. If you haven't warmed up in the pen or before you started, use this time to get yourself warm. Spin the legs out, make way for the effort that's ahead. So I also got my mobile phone on a phone holder. See, fan number 2's just kicked in on my handlebar, so I can use the Zwift Companion App. So I can do things like ride-ons. There you go. This will give a ride-on to the 5 people around me. I can change my camera view. There you go. I can take pictures, do a coffee break, turn off my graph or graph, and most importantly, I can activate the power-ups. Saves me having to stretch for the keyboard. And I think you just press the space bar. There's a number of shortcuts. Right, bit of a downhill section. Let's start talking about the screen. So this is Zwift, the online cycling platform. My bike on the turbo trainer is connected to my PC, laptop. I'm using Ant Plus connections. It's just finding them a lot more stable, or you could use Bluetooth. And what the turbo trainer and the app does is it translates my pedaling from the bike to the app. So you can see my avatar just kind of like to the left of center with the pink wheels. That's me on my Tron bike. to change the view, to go for sideline. No, I want a side view. There we go. And I've got the two-tone wheels. If you want to know how to get the two-tone wheels, check out my other videos. You'll see a video in there. Gives you some instructions. And the more power you give, the brighter the lights go. Watch, I'll stop pedaling. Lights fade, put some power in. Let's go! So top of the screen, as I say, to the left, just above me, you can see the watts I'm putting out, cadence and my heart rate. And then moving across, just above, center, you can see my current speed, 37 kilometers an hour. Distance traveled, 4.3 kilometers. Total elevation climbed, so 13 meters, no hills yet. Elapsed time, 7 minutes. And then a little, see the 4 sections below where it says leading. Above that, you can see I'm level 49. We're coming to the end of this section now. The laps will start. And then to the far right, that's the total distance left of the event. So we're just over 27 kilometers. Thank you for the like. Thank you for watching. And this is real Scottish roads. Like for like, the gradient, the turns, everything's based on real roads in Scotland. There are some made up roads in Zwift, such as Watopia, Neokio, but other maps are actual replicas of real roads. So Alpe Du Zwift is a replica of Alpe d'Huez in France. And then all the way across to the far right of the screen, you can see the position table. So we're coming up to the end/start of this route. I'm going to fire off this power-up so I can connect another one. This is the aero boost. It makes me 10% aero. I think it's for 15 seconds. Perfect for if you're in a sprint. Could be that little extra bonus that makes you win or gives you second place. Okay, so the ride starts now. 3 laps. I'm going to try and stay with a group. It's easier cycling with a group than it is on your own. That's drafting, and we'll talk about drafting a bit later. Yep. So I'm currently in the draft now. So think of it as a windbreak. And because you're not facing as much wind, it means that you're getting more power per watt in a roundabout way. Ideally, you'd want to be kind of like in the middle. There's less risk of falling off the end. Room for some mistakes. Bit of a downhill section. And what's good about this is, if I wasn't using Zwift, but I was on a bike just in the house, I'd probably get bored just looking at data screens. As much as I love data, I think this keeps you motivated. Every other cyclist you see here is an actual person cycling somewhere around the world. Currently there's just shy of 2,000 people in this route ride. And if you look at the left-right column, you can see all the different riders, and their flag represents the country they hail from. Can't find the cursor. There it is. If you lose concentration, you can fall off the draft of the group you're in. You do get a little warning. There it is. Close the gap. Close in. Everyone seems to be going at a decent pace here. The people who want to sprint have already gotten off ahead. Nice and steady. There's a climb about halfway through and one at the end. Ideally, I want a feather power up. So you can see the gradient changing. So the top right of the screen, you can see it's changed from 2% to 3%. That's the steepness or the gradient of the hill. So it's leveling off, 2%, 1%. Bit of a downhill section now. Now if you're going faster than 56 kilometers an hour, you will go into a super tuck as long as the gradient is more than 3%. So there's not really enough time here to go into a super tuck. But if you was racing, you'd want to take whatever advantage you could. So into a flat section. Here's a little group here. Let's give them all a ride on. Press the button on the companion app. There's my thumbs up. Right on. Welcome new viewers. Thanks for joining. We're taking it medium, easy. Easy, medium. It's good base training. Nothing too taxing. 3% again, I can see it. And because I've got a direct drive turbo trainer, as we come to these hills, it will adjust the resistance. So it does feel like I'm outside on a 3% hill. Level again. Let's do some more ride-ons. Right on. You can even say ride on. Here we go. What I love about this, I love watching the stuff in the background. Obviously you got people watching cats, dogs, squirrels, bears climbing trees, getting honey, fish in the sea, whales, dolphins, no mermaids. But lots of little things just to keep you distracted and entertained, just to make the cycling a lot more easier. Seriously, I have done so many kilometers, so many meters of elevation indoors, and I would never have done without this Zwift app. And of course streaming, talking my nonsense to people. But it makes you work harder, makes you not want to quit. Feel free to pop a question in the chat if you want. Not necessary, you can just lurk. So usually I'm streaming on Twitch 5 days a week. We have a very active group, Twitch Degens. There's probably, I don't actually know, but there's at least 50 of us, or at least 40, from all over the world. America, Canada, Slovakia, Japan, Belgium. Yeah, We span the entire globe, and we're all friends through this virtual cycling app they call Zwift. Little cycling, but indoors. Starting to get dropped. Bit of a hill. Let's push the watts up. And back in. Well, you can see deer and stags just to the right. Look at that, see, grazing. Feel free to try and guess how many calories you think I will burn by the end. I'll give you a clue. It will be above 600 or in around about that range. So one little Zwift tip. Use your Power-ups before you go through the gates, so you get a new one. If you look on the map, you can see the little orange arch in the distance. So I'm going to want to fire this off before we get there. Let's do some more ride-ons. Usually there's a sprint section before the gate as well. I'll show you when it comes up. No sprinting for me. Maybe a sprint at the end, if you want it. Right, let's fire this off and get a new one. It's aero boot again. I want a feather for the hills. Aero again. Oh, right. So what do you think of the scenery? Going cycling past the lock. Now you might see Nessie. 43 kilometres an hour. 11 kilometres travelled so far. Whoop, whoop. And we are just under 20 minutes. 240 calories burnt. That might help you guess how many calories. Let's just latch onto this little group here. Get into the draft. So one important thing, if you are riding, especially in a group ride, make sure you stick with a group. There's no point suffering all on your own. Share the draft. Take turns going in front. Here you go. I'll show you the super tuck. So as long as you are 56 and the incline is more than 3%, it's changing to 2% now. Around the corner. Keep my speed up. I'll get a mini super tuck. Only brief though. Might not make it. Here you go. Just. Not quite. Right, so there's a little hill coming here. So I'm going to need to put some effort in. Drop a gear. Spin high. Spin high. See, everyone's using their feathers. I've got to go with the aero. Look at that, 9%. Woo! Feels like I'm cycling through mud. 3%, okay. The hill's finished. We have reached the summit. Okay, here we go. It would be lovely to be riding in real life in this location. I would not be unhappy. Stop at the top for a coffee break. Maybe a piece of cake. Taking the sights. Look at that. Amazing. So I might have another chance for a mini tuck. Here we go. 6 days, 3%, which it won't. Ah. Going left or right? Left. Coming up to the end of the lap. So there's a sprint section here. My fastest time was 1:28. There is a little climb before we get to the end. But that's okay. Here we go. Try and carry some of this speed into the hill. If I had a power up, I'd want a feather there and use the feather power up. Here we go, time for a new power up. I've got a feather this time, so I saved that for that first little climb. Try and get back in the draft. Welcome new viewers. Thanks for joining. Feel free to pop a question in the chat or not. There is no requirement. It's like I'm nearing the end of level 49 until Zwift increased the levels. Level 50 was the top that you could get. I think they've now moved it to 100 or 99. To the right, to the right. You're doing a loop. Look, it's a Loch Ness monster. See, to the right. In fact, let me, oh, can you? Here you go. Let's give you an even better display. You can see more of the scenery of what's going on. through the Scottish woods. Put the display back. See what's going on. I'll turn it off again when we get to the castle. So what does this Zwift app cost? At the moment it's $12.99 a month. That's pounds. Euros is about the same, or dollars, I think it's about $15. 15 euros. Or maybe 12 euros 99, same as a pound. Exchange rate's about the same. And that's for a month. And that gives you access to the Zwift app, all of the training plans, all the group rides, anything you want to do in Zwift. They have also launched an annual subscription, so you can make it a little bit cheaper for you. Some people tend to only use Zwift for their autumn, winter training outside any other time. I'm in the UK, so right now it is freezing cold. It says -9 on my computer. Wet, frosty, snow's coming. Absolutely not the sort of weather to be outside on the bike. And visibility is gone now. It's what little low sun there was, it's gone now. So you can always ride in perfect conditions. No need to worry about cars running you over, pedestrians stepping out. I think it's £13 a month well spent. I'm sure they're going to increase the price soon. We'll see. Once again, thank you for tuning in and for watching. I have some questions. Stuart, thank you. Keep it up. I am indeed. Eat, sleep, bike, repeat. Oh, that's a brilliant motto. I had a great Christmas and New Year. I attempted the Rapha 500. I didn't start on Christmas Eve. I started on Christmas Day, so I was day late. I picked a route that had a massive hill. Oh, epic KOM. 9.2 kilometers of a hill. 18-19% gradient at places. That was a wrong call. Apart from that, I tried to do 80-90 kilometers a day, but there was a couple of days that I just couldn't do it. I was just too busy and needed some rest. But I didn't get the virtual badge, but it's all gains. Still riding, still sweating. How about yourself? Eat, sleep, bike, repeat. Nearly didn't see those chats because the mic is just in my view. Okay, I'm going to use this Power-up in just a second. Actually, I might not use it on this section. I might use it on the second hill. It's only a short hill. The scenery looks amazing, doesn't it? Let's have a look. Let's check it out. Look at that. Yeah, epic KOM. Is it 9.2 or 9.6 kilometer distance? Clearly you were Zwifter as well. So yeah, so I did the route that contains the epic KOM. I think it's called Shoreline. 40 kilometers or so, but including the epic. So I put myself through all that pain and struggling when what I really wanted was flat routes for distance. Did everything else on tempers through the desert, nice and flat. Right, let's see where I am. Make sure I can use my power up in the right place. I've not been up Alpe Du Zwift in a while, so I think I'm going to stream my next Alpe Du Zwift. I need a practice run first, it's been a while. Then I'm going to go for a PR. I should smash it, it's been a while since I've been up. I'm a lot fitter than when I last did it. Ride more, get fitter. Ride less, lose gains. Oh, is that the line? Oh, so much for this power up. We are just over halfway. What do you reckon? Power up, draft, feather, aero. Feather please, feather, feather, feather. Oh, draft. Okay, draft is fine. It means that when you are drafting someone, it increases the draft by, I think it's 10% again. That one lasts for either 20 seconds or 30 seconds. So I'll fire that off on that last climb, which is in about 2 kilometers, I think, maybe 3. My PR, so I've not been up for a while, so, and I'm not super fit. I think my last record time was something like 1 hour and 21 minutes. I haven't cracked sub hour yet, but I think I should probably be able to do it in about 1 hour 5, between 1 hour 5, 1 hour 10. I reckon I'm probably at that level now. My last record was when I did the New Year's Eve. I did the virtual Everesting. So considering I did 8 3/4 times up the Alpe, that was not bad. All right, here we go. How about yourself? Have you done a sub hour yet? Oh, and also that was all on 100%. 100% trainer difficulty. when I do it again, I confess I'm not going to do 100%. When I have it on 50%. When you're doing the official Everesting, everything's got to be on 100. Oh, where'd they come from? Hey, level 50. Let's go! The old maximum Zwift. Only 50 more to go. Oh, my socks are on fire. Just under 10 kilometers to go. 65 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I've not done an Alpe on anything but 100%. Because all the times I was going up it, I was kind of training to do the Everesting. There's kind of like no point in making it easier when you know you've got to suffer. And it doesn't count as an official attempt unless you're on 100. But that is impressive. So I think I could probably be close to that, but I think I worked it out. Wherever I was, whatever my time was, I think I worked it out to be in 30 seconds per turn. I need to make up. I'm pretty certain it's in my Twitch description, my LPR. But I'm going to do my next attempt on 50%. So I'm going to aim for 70 minutes. I won't try and kill your score. I don't think I'm capable anyway. Oh, ages. Took me ages. I broke this bike. So it took me over 18 hours elapsed time. First time up was like 1 hour 23, and every time after that was longer. And on my 7th lap, or maybe lap 8, this bike fell off the trainer, so my rear derailleur hanger snapped. Basically the screw or the bolt basically sort of like sheared itself off, so I came tumbling. There's a video on Twitch, on YouTube of it happening. It was quite funny. Smashed my mirror. I thought I broke the bike. I was devastated, thinking, oh my god, it's all over. It was crazy time of the night on New Year's Eve. I was thinking, how am I going to finish this now? Luckily, I have a number of bikes. So after I picked myself up, I was able to swap over the fittings to my gravel bike. I'm going to finish it off on that. So that probably took me about an hour and a half. Whew. Yeah, it's the hardest thing I've ever done. I will do one again, not for a while, but if I do it again, there's no point doing the same again. I'll probably do 2, or an Everesting and a base camp. So like 1.5. Got to do more than last time, haven't you? But that was so cool. Enjoyed it so much. And I'm grateful for everyone that was on the Twitch stream, watching, supporting. I had people join the Zwift ride just to do one trip up the Alpe with me or a few 100 meters, you know what, it really helps. Oh, it helps so much. Because mentally, whew, and I've got all the footage still. I was going to make it into the video, and I've just not got around to doing it. Gives me flashbacks of how hard it was. But I think the hardest thing, in fact, one of the hardest things is eating. Oh man, there are certain foods that go down well, certain foods that don't. Pretty much most foods you eat just turns into like a ball of toffee in your mouth because your saliva's just gone. Got no spit. So I had some rice, went down really well. Chicken was harder, but with a mouthful of rice and a mouthful of electrolytes, goes down quite well. Yogurt went well. So a mixture of protein and carbs. Banana, yes, bananas go well. I'd made these flapjacks with like nuts and apricots and dates and gone to it thinking that will give me a nice slow release and that sugar, which it will. On an Everesting, you're so dehydrated, like that. You take a bite and it's just like, seriously, it's just so hard to eat. So soft foods, but I did plan to mix most of my calories, make them liquid. So I've got my electrolytes and a bottle of water with sugar in for some carbs. And I also have another bottle with my electrolytes, some fresh orange juice, freshly squeezed orange, freshly squeezed lemon, pinch of salt, half a cucumber, 3 scoops of electrolyte hydration powder. I burned over 9,000 calories and I consumed, I think it was about 8,500 calories. So I had my fueling right, eating the breaks when the bike's going down the hill. I think I got changed twice. You can take as much time as you want off the bike. Yeah, I finished. And by the time I finished, it was like, it was a new year. The year had already changed. Oh God, it was such a relief. And I was zoned out. It's like, whew. But I'm in a very small group of people that have done it. Any plans? So we was almost going to do 10,000, but after doing the 8,848, well, I actually did 52, 852 meters. I was like, there's no way I'm doing any more. Going for the end, I was kind of like, this, I was like, come on. Just using all your weight on the pedals, just to sort of like, take you down that last bit. Oh, I've left them. My heart's died. There we go, I'm back alive again. Yeah, I had jelly babies, jelly beans. They have a nice snack while you're on the bike, in between. Had some tonic tea cakes, as nice as they are. They just turn into like a hard ball of toffee in your mouth when you're trying to chew. But I had a very wide selection of snacks, and then I kept all the wrappers and everything that I'd eaten so I could calculate the total calories afterwards. And energy gels. So I had Science and Sport, the gels. And it's about 80 calories or 100 calories in each one. Yeah, easiest thing to eat was a banana. Oh, yeah. And just normal rice, like nothing special, like just, it was actually a microwave rice. I think I had that about halfway through. I'd cooked some chicken breast. Chicken was harder, but the rice was good. Might be a good idea to blend some food as well. Maybe blend the chicken and just drink it. Maybe not. Maybe not, I don't know. Whatever works for you, but you want some solid foods in you. Nothing too gassy. Nothing too greasy. I tried to avoid anything greasy. Anything that was too heavy. But after I worked out, everything was just hard to eat. I just increased the amount of calories in my water bottle. So, a couple more spoons of sugar, couple extra scoops of electrolyte powder, liquid calories. No, it was just because I wanted to make a video and just be aware of like what I'd done, but I'd balanced it. I think the important thing is that I knew that it would take me about 1 hour 25 going up the Alpe. You know what, I think my time might be a little bit faster than that, but anyway, I knew it was going to take me over 1 hour going up the Alpe, and I knew that each hour I was going to burn between 700 and 800 calories. So the important thing was making sure that I maintained that so I didn't bonk. The last thing you want to do is bonk halfway up. Ooh. But no, I don't normally count calorie per calorie, but I have an idea. I've been doing this for so long, like eating healthy and being aware of your calories in, calories out, that I can just guesstimate where I'm calorie neutral or in a minor deficit. Deficit's better than surplus. Thanks for the chats, I really do appreciate it. What's your sprint like? You must have a decent sprint. If you can get up the Alpe in 65 minutes, you should have a decent sprint. What are you? High category C? Low category B? Actually, maybe even mid B. I'm still in C cat. Okay, so we're into the last 2 miles or so, 3.4 kilometers. I've got another draft after this. Not that I need it. This has been Zwift Tour De Zwift, Stage 2, Group B, rolling Highlands, riding through Scotland, talking about cycling, mostly about my Alpe Du Zwift attempt. Eat, sleep, bike, repeat. It's been great chatting with you. I'm not going yet though, I'm still here for another 3 kilometers. Okay, Cat C. It must be about mid-range then, mid to high. I think I'll be a while in category C. It took a while graduating from Group D. But I'm sort of like upper end of the bottom half. I'm not ready for Group B yet. Not at all. But I'm aiming for Group B. See if it will tuck. Will it tuck? Will it tuck? Will it tuck? Will it? Nah. Not enough. Not enough before the hill. Right, so I'm going to try and carry some of this speed up this hill. Go, make this a lot easier. Last mile. Even the squirrel's out waving at us. Hello, squirrel. Yeah, it was special as well. Thank you. Maybe see you in Watopia. Feel free to find me, add me on Zwift. You'll find me, Ken Dizzle, Black British Cyclist. Actually, what country do you hail from? What region in the world? Don't have to be very specific. UK, America, Canada, Down Under, Europe. I'm gonna guess your stateside. Yes, stateside, there you go. Welcome. Yeah. Boom to the boom to the boom. We are done. 160 watt average. Can you guess how many calories? Leave a message in the comments. And of course I get a feather at the end. Ah, oh my God. I've got a secret camera in here. I'm literally on 664. And by the time I finish this little spin out, I might take it to 35. But then the afterburn, you pretty much nailed it. Right, you get top prize. Chance to subscribe. Yeah, look, don't know if you can see, but let's have a look. You can see? 667. Never had anyone guess so accurately before. So I'm going to do my actual cool down. Jumping onto Twitch. Jump on with the pace partner. And just spin the legs for about another 20 minutes. Finish off the workout. Yeah, to be fair, I'm going to say you had it to have guessed within 10, and I'm kind of still going. I'm 672 now. Kind of like to finish on an even number. Not really makes a difference. But if I count the time in the pen, Garmin says I've been here for 1 hour and 3 minutes. Let's just take it to 34. So thanks to Stephen. Thanks to Eat, Sleep, Bike, Repeat. Thank you to Stuart and anyone else who watched but didn't comment. It was great having you here. And if you are thinking of doing an Everesting, feel free to pop a message in any of my videos to get my attention. You can contact me on Twitch. You can find me on Discord, Black Cyclist or Black British Cyclist, one or the other. Or you can find me on Twitter, Black Cyclists with an S on the end. Even though there's only one of me, there's other Black Cyclists out there. And yeah, it's all about sharing. That's my thing, encouraging others to do more cycling, get involved, be active. No shaming. Celebrate your gains. Talk about what you're doing. And we all learn from each other. And there's me, 34 kms. Finished off on 685 calories. And that's another 34 kilometers. In the legs, let's get fit. Gotta climb some more hills. Get fitter, stronger, and faster. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Right, let's stop this. My computer has a habit of crashing at times. Let's make sure I save my ride. And I will see you all